Hello and welcome to another episode of Fried Friends. In today's video, I am joined by my father.
Hey!
He fried it, he gave birth to me. No, he didn't. I came out of his balls. All these fry-ups I've done with my life, I wouldn't have done if it wasn't for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I wouldn't be born.
Yeah, but, yeah.
Yeah, so it's all your fault. If you didn't make me, I wouldn't have done all these things. Everything I've done is because of you.
Yeah, but I didn't make you, did I?
Did you not?
All I did was, shoot the old sperm off and you won the old...
The battle.
Well, it was a battle, wasn't it? It's millions
it's a
of them,
race,
and
mate.
you somehow...
It's a race.
Well, I don't know about
We're
a
not
race.
fighting each other. We're not a couple of spunks. Oi, mate.
Well, I reckon that goes on in there.
No, it's a race.
So how comes you fucking won then?
Because I was fast. I'm a fast bit of spunk.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put it this way. Formula 1. Do you call it the Formula 1 fight?
What the are we talking about?
But do you call it the Formula 1 fight or the Formula 1 race?
Formula 1, race.
Yeah, exactly. Same with the spunk.
Anyway, I think you're damn lucky to have won that race, and it's all upwards from here.
It's all downwards.
How comes? You've got to be positive. You can't say shit like that.
All right, everything's going to be great.
Well, of course it is.
Forever.
Everything's great.
The person watching this is going to subscribe.
Doubt it.
Well, at least give me a like.
Well, let's get into this.
We are into it.
No, let's get right into it.
Right
Let's go
into it.
Down and down.
Are we going down or into it?
Into it, out of it. Let's have it. Who's going first? Who's going first?
We haven't even told him what we're doing.
Oh, no,
yet.
we haven't yet, have we? Go
So
on.
who's going first?
Get on with it, Leah, for God's sake.
So basically, the idea of this video is we both fried it many times, and I'm going to tell him a few things that he's fried, and he's going to tell me a few things that I've fried, and then we're going to talk about it. So, who wants to go first?
I will.
Don't offend me.
When you were younger, we had a neighbour and was on quite good talking terms with him until one night you fried it and called him a paedophile.
He was a paedo,
Yeah,
though.
well, yeah. Did you know that I've got a big cigarette burn on my arse and I've had it there forever? How's about that then?
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, no. I thought you'd been serious. I thought you were about to tell me about some horrific story about when Superba poked you in the butt with a cigarette. Now then.
What about that time I left you and Tash in the car out in Bali?
What happened then?
We got this taxi driver that started telling us about this temple that you had to park up, and then it was a little 10-minute walk to the temple. So he said, look, you shoot off and go and have a look at the temple. That'd be all right in the back of my car. And we did.
I could have had my organs sold. I could have been sent to the child sex labour camp.
Yeah, and I would have had to live with that.
I would have had to live with that. You would have been fine. You'd have been at the hotel.
Well, I didn't mean to, it was a bad... Oh. Let me have my hemp milk and seeds.
Goat spunk. Do you remember when you fingered a client's coffee?
Yeah, that was... I don't remember what happened. I was just seeing if it was hot or cold, I think. No, why did I put my finger in a client's coffee? I can't remember.
She made her a coffee. She had one. You just stick your finger
Did I?
in her coffee instead.
Did I? Oh my God, I don't remember that.
I wasn't there.
Who told you that?
KJ, I rang him up earlier and he
It's
said...
probably true.
He said that you fingered the client's coffee.
Well, I
and she
wonder
was
what you
like,
was going to say. Don't remember fingering a client.
You don't remember that?
No.
Simple as you fried it because you fingered a client's coffee.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, I fried it tonight. You wouldn't believe it, right? A minute ago, I was, having a little, and...
What do you mean having a little,
Well, I smoke.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you meant a little finger.
No.
This is another one that I wasn't there, but you're going to have to explain. I rang up my mate who works with my dad, and I was like, give me some juice. So apparently once you were in the car, and the client came over to the side of the car, and you went to shake her hand.
Yeah, I did.
You grabbed her tit or something and just drove off.
Oh no, it was awful. It was.
Talk me through it.
She was tiny. She was about 4'9" or something, and we didn't get on.
So you grabbed her?
No, I meant to give her a sort of hug through the car window, and the angle she turned up, it sort of went badly wrong, and I sort of grabbed her breast. She started laughing and said, "Nice meeting you finally, Mark."
You still talk?
No, she left. Me and her just clashed.
Sounds like you got along with me.
Well, in that final moment, yeah. I know, I don't like that one.
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 So, a story going back to when he was about 12, and we took him to a fireworks party, and I let him roam about. Didn't think that he would devour half the kitchen's spirits in one fell swoop. First thing I knew was something was up. He threw up down my shoulder, and his eyes went up in his head, and they went white. We had to drag him out of the party unconscious, put him in the car, back seat, took him back to the house, and I sat with him all night, and he was just constantly throwing up, and yeah, he fried it that night.
I should have been supervised.
Supervised at 12?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my point.
Supervised at 12? You're telling me
At a party,
at 12 you want to be supervised because if you weren't...
I did what I did because I wasn't supervised.
At 12?
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't have the nous to know...
That's my point. I didn't have the nous. I didn't understand what it was. I was 12. I needed supervision. That's my point. You tried it. Think about it.
Well, no.
Why did I do it? Because I wasn't supervised.
I cannot remember any time as a child growing up, and certainly at 12, that if my mum and dad had taken me to a little party and...
It weren't a little party. There was a table full of booze, everyone getting smashed, and I was just let loose.
Okay, so the consequences of me not supervising you for that moment in time, not in a million years would I have thought you would have devoured all the spirits in the kitchen.
Didn't you puke all over a Christmas present?
No, I was 16 then. I was 16.
So it's okay when you're 16 to...
Well, no,
to get pissed up and puke over Christmas presents?
No, not at all, because I really did fry it that day.
Were you supervised?
No, but when I woke up in the morning, the Christmas present piled in the corner were covered from top to bottom in puke. And my mate, who was in their mum and dad's bedroom, he out of desperation had put a tiny little fucking ashtray, like about that big, in the middle of the floor, obviously thinking it would hold a tremendous amount of puke coming out. And no, I've never seen so much sick on a floor with an ashtray right in the centre of it all. Yeah, that was not a good move. That was a complete and utter fry.
I still stand by that's more of a fry up for you than it's a fry up for me, because if I had a 12-year-old son and there was loads of booze at a party and loads of people doing shots and stuff, I would be like, chill with me.
I was frightened you had blood poisoning that night. I
thought my tits.
More than off your tits, mate. We had to cut your clothes off. You shit yourself.
I didn't shit myself. No, you're making it up. I pissed myself. Did I shit myself?
No,
I pissed myself.
My memory of that was your eyes literally being normal and then just rolling white up in your head, and that was it. You were gone.
I've always known how to party. Well, cheers for bringing me to that party.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
But it's funny, isn't it? How you might fry it with you can turn it back on me.
Let us know what you think. If you got a 12-year-old kid, yeah, I'm an idiot. Of course, it was an idiotic thing, but what do you guys think? If you had a 12-year-old kid at an adult party full of booze, would you just let them loose and not watch what they were doing?
Well, obviously you didn't do your research first, did you?
I was 12.
Well,
that's my point. If I was 16,
doing O-levels at 12.
What the f*** are O-levels?
Well, obviously, O-levels.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, it was a sort of, thing back in the day where you tried to be intelligent and pass an exam.
You did them at 12? Well, yeah, we called them SATs, I think. SATs? Are they called SATs?
Silly ass teachers.
Saggy ass titties. Right. Well, anyway. Moving on. So, believe it or not, my father was once a political man. He wanted to be a leader of a political party where they bounce on their... where they bounce on their butts. So he used to bounce around the living room on his butt.
No, I did not.
Oh, you see, you do.
Well, no, we were trying to see if we could,
yes.
but we couldn't.
So, what was it called?
Yogic flying.
So, do you want to tell us all about your yogic flying?
Well,
I knew you'd hate this. I'll show you a clip of people doing it right now.
During this election, you've heard a lot about yogic flying and the experience of bubbling bliss. That's because 7,000 yogic flyers could create a perfect government with the ability to satisfy everyone. All of our national problems are basically caused by stress. And the best antidote is transcendental meditation and 7,000 yogic flyers.
I can't think of the name of the Natural Law Party.
For a perfect government, vote the Natural Law Party.
Their main philosophy was bouncing around on their butts.
No, they were using positive universal energy.
Stop trying to make.
Well, no, the bottom line is.
The bottom line is they bounce around on their butts.
No, I went over with them for a meeting and.
How did you get there?
No, well, they were just interested in me, not necessarily joining the political party, but helping them somehow network what they were doing. I got what they were trying to do.
What were they trying to do?
Well, they were just trying to show you in the yoga position you can bounce high.
On your butt?
My concern at the time, putting out a video with people bouncing around in this yogic flying, would have put people off a little bit.
No
If you're trying to appeal to the masses, then I just didn't feel that was the best vibe to show off their new political party. But who am I?
Basically, it was just a political party that their main thing was bouncing on their butts, and my dad was into it, so he practiced bouncing on his butt. And he reckons he couldn't do it, but he could, because he used to be really skinny, athletic, he had long hair. He used to be able to do this yoga move called the bridge, where he bent backwards. This fat I mean, you're not as fat as you used to be.
No, I did. I was a bit bendy back in the day.
Mate.
Yeah, I know. That was a bit harsh. Jesus.
That was harsh, you fat. I'm sorry, man. You're not even fat anymore.
Well, I am, and I'm not.
No,
exactly.
you're not.
I don't want to show my breasts off.
Get them out, mate.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on. Let's flash them. Yeah, baby. Isn't it weird that if we were women, that would be illegal and YouTube wouldn't let us put that on there?
But we're allowed to put our breasts on there.
Yeah.
Go on, let me touch your breast.
This is getting weird.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah. Can I do it to you?
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No, you're not going to. No, because I'm a bit conscious about my chunks. Well, I am a little
Look
bit.
at you getting on. You don't laugh. You're conscious about my... You're being serious as well. I'm so sorry, man.
Well, come on, what's happening? So, back in the day, my partner, her mum had given her a prize marrow.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's the deal. Prize marrow. Danny decided to eat his mates over the head with this marrow. So, yeah, thanks, Dan. You fried it that night, mate.
Okay, let me defend myself here. How do you tell a prize marrow from an unprized marrow? It was just a f***ing marrow. We're in the house, we're about 15, we're stoned off our nuts, and my mate was sitting there and I smacked him around the head with this marrow. Now I thought it was just a marrow. Whoop-de-doo, it's a fruit, you know, whoop-de-doo. You got back and went, what's happened to the prize marrow? There's a head hole shape in it.
But why should I expect my son to hit somebody over the head with anything?
You puke on Christmas presents. You should have said, Danny, we're going out now. By the way, this thing here is very important. It's a prize marrow. Do not touch that marrow. If you had said that, and then I smacked my mate round the head with it, fair enough. Out of order. Bang out of order. But I didn't know it was a prize marrow.
It was a marrow.
I know. That's why it was funny, when I smacked my mate round the head with it.
Yeah, but, you know, it's...
Literally, mate, tell me it's a prize marrow. Just tell me that.
Well, yeah, I didn't think, again, for 1 minute you'd hit someone over the head with it.
Of course we're going to do
Yeah,
stupid
of course
stuff.
you are.
And of
But
course...
I did the same, Dan. This is the thing with me and you, right? All through my life, I have a go at him about stuff. I've done stuff, crazy stuff.
When you're a teenager,
You do crazy things.
Exactly.
You
That's
do
my
crazy
point.
things.
So with the whole marrow, you guys acted like it was the end of the world, like I'd done the worst thing. I damaged a vegetable.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
Yeah.
Damaged a vegetable.
Yeah.
When you say it like that, it's like the end of the world. It was literally, I was like, what the f***, what's going on here?
I blew my mate's mum up once.
What?
Yeah.
You blew your mate's mum up?
I wasn't allowed round there anymore after that. It was not a good situation. So, you know, don't play with matches.
I've never blown my mate's mum up before.
No.
Smashed a few prize marrows.
I mean, stuff like that, it's like leaving bottles of piss in someone's outhouse.
You pissed all over Lisa's wardrobe. At least my piss was contained in a bottle.
Yeah, I did actually.
You're no man to talk about another man's piss.
Yeah, I did have a little bit of a thing going on with pissing randomly in places and not knowing about it. I pissed over my sister-in-law's coat.
You pissed in some drawers.
Yeah, but my wife's, I pissed in her knicker drawer.
So yeah, like he who pisses. There's a line from the Bible there.
He who throws stones shouldn't throw them.
Yeah, exactly.
Break someone's
You piss everywhere, all over people's stuff, and you're able to go at me for leaving a bottle of piss in a room. You know, didn't you shit yourself on the motorway on a motorbike and all?
Yeah, I did.
Wearing leathers.
Yeah.
You look like Sam Smith.
Yeah, I did look like Sam Smith.
So what happened then? You're on the motorway.
So basically what had happened was I was constipated and I bought some laxatives and I just ate a whole lot and I was all levered up and everything and on the motor, and then halfway to work I had no control over my bowels whatsoever. And I literally filled my boots up. It was the most horrendous thing. I was shitting fresh air in the end. There was absolutely nothing to come out of me.
In fresh air.
And I thought I was going to die. I really thought I was going to die. They worked though.
X-Lax.
No, that was a Friday moment. That was. I actually super glued my hands to the till at the bank once as well.
What?
We had this girl had this super glue and she spilt it all in my tray and my first reaction was, oh for God's sake, and I didn't know what it was and I was trying to stop the money getting this liquid on it and that was it. I was stuck there on the till. Everyone was coming up to me. I was saying, right, oh, does anyone want any money? The whole tray comes out. Yeah, that was another Friday moment.
The old classic of mistaking the super glue for the lube, innit?
Yeah. Yeah, well, can you imagine that? Imagine scratching your arsehole as well.
You got one idea, one in. Help!
How do you have sex with a hot tub?
Right, use your imagination.
That's not good, is it?
You ever seen that geezer who's in a relationship with his car?
No.
You not seen that?
No.
He's in love with his car. This geezer, literally, he goes out of his car, and his dad, he had to come out to his dad. So like, he's like, Dad, I've got something to tell you. He's like, I f***ed my car. And he actually does. He f***ed the exhaust pipe.
Oh my God, is that anal sex? Well, the exhaust pipe's at the rear, isn't it?
So where's the pussy in the
Well,
car?
the radiator. Take the radiator cap off, don't you? It's a bit more moist, isn't it?
Where do you put the oil? That's got to be the best part.
Well, yeah, I suppose the oil. Yeah, that could be good. Yeah, because it's got pistons in there, isn't it?
I can't believe we're talking about how to f*** a car.
I had a mate once. He used to like jerk off in a jar of liver. No, he did. Yeah, he came down once. He said, "Do you want to see this?" I said, "No, thanks, mate." Yeah, he said it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
What do you mean? So literally a jar with some liver in?
Yeah, you fill a jar up with 2 big livers either side, fresh from the old butcher.
Sounds like you've had a go.
Well, no, I haven't. I'm just imagining like.
Tell me you haven't had a go.
No, I haven't had a go. He thought it was all right.
You must have gave him a nickname.
No.
Liver f***er. What's the weirdest thing you've ever f***ed in while we're at it?
Oh. Well, do you want to know her name?
Have you ever heard of the melon in the microwave?
Melon in the microwave? Who is she?
She's a melon. Put her in for 30 seconds.
No. No, I don't really want to know.
Coming from liver in a jar man over here. So, anyway, this has been another episode of Fried Friends. This has been my father. If you want to see my dad on again, well, you haven't got a choice. He's coming back.
Please share on your media platforms and just don't.
Just don't. Look.
Just.
What do you mean don't?
I know, I'm just trying to think of something to say. I got stuck on don't.
See you later. Bye.
Oh, what the f*** was that?